Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back. In this video, we're going to be setting up the Google OAuth login for Unity using Supabase. And before we just get started, I would really appreciate if you can subscribe to my channel. So what we're going to do is set up a full OAuth flow where we sign into Supabase, get redirected to Google, and log back into the app with a session token. Sounds cool, right? And it's actually not as complicated as it sounds. So first things first, let's get Supabase up and running. So if you don't have an account yet, go ahead and create one. Then create a new project. So once that is done, you grab your Supabase URL and the public API key. And don't forget to set up the Supabase C# API for Unity, because you're going to need these for the next steps. Now here's where we jump into Unity. So we're going to use a simple script to handle the login process. So I already got the code up here, and don't worry, I'll explain everything in detail as we go. First, we're initializing the Supabase. So check this out. We've got the URL, the API key, and we set up some options for the client. And we make sure to enable auto token refresh in real time if you want those features, of course. And it was just pretty straightforward. It's just like connecting to any database or service. Now we need to make the sign-in happen. So I've set up a simple method called sign-in that gets triggered when we press the sign-in button. It's not async by default, so we'll handle the async operations in the update method. Here's where things get interesting. So when you click the sign-in button, we open a local web server to listen for OAuth response, and then we redirect the player to the Google login page. And once they log in, Google will send a response back to our app, and we capture that authorization code. So now, if you're an Android or iOS, things are a little different. Instead of localhost, we use a custom deep linking. I've set up mine as gun search out, is my game's name, but you can use whatever suits your app. And with this way, when the Google login finishes, the browser opens our app again with a custom URL that contains the code we need. And finally, we need to exchange the authorization code for a session token. And this is where Supabase really shines. We send the code back to the Supabase, they verify it, and boom, you're logged in now and can access the user data. And there we have it. Your players can now sign in with Google or any other OAuth option. And from here, you can do whatever you want, like store game progress and the leaderboards, or you name it. So if you found this helpful, be sure to... No, I'm not going to do that. See you guys. Have a great one. Peace.